Welcome to VAK's lecture. In this video, we will discuss about a very simple and widely used data structure, that is array. An array is used in high-level languages like C, C++, and Java. Array is also used for implementing the data structure like stack and queues. Let us start with the definition. An array is a data structure which can be defined as a finite ordered set of homogeneous elements. Let us understand it by breaking out. Now we will see all these terminologies. So, here, what does finite mean? The number of elements that we can store in an array is fixed. That means we will define number of elements used in the array beforehand. Suppose I decided to use 5 elements. So I have to define the number of elements as 5. So here finite means fixed number of elements. And then the next one is ordered set. Ordered set means that every element will be in a sequence and every element will be denoted by a number or an index. For instance, the first element will be in the first position, then the second element will be in the second position, and then third one, and then fourth one, and then fifth one. This is an ordered set, which means that every element will be arranged in a sequence. Next property is the homogeneous elements. Homogeneous means that the type of each element will be the same. For instance, if the element is an integer, that means all the elements in the array which we initially decided, all those must be an integer data type, or they must be float, or they must be character data type. You can't take off of the elements as integer and off float or mix a character inside it. It's not like that. The elements must be homogeneous. That means its type must be the same. Next property says that the elements of the array will be stored in the contiguous memory. It means that all the elements will be stored together in the memory. They will not be stored separately in different locations in the memory. The sequence of their memory will also be contiguous. Firstly one element, then the element that will be along with it will be there, and then third one, and then fourth one, and then fifth one. So its elements are stored in contiguous memory. And then next property is random access. What is random access? Suppose we have 5 elements in an array and we want to access the fourth one. Then we don't need to cross the 3 elements one by one. That means we can access it directly. So this is the random access. Let us understand it with an example. Suppose you go to a party and the host makes you play the game and fixes the number of participants also. Suppose they fixed the number of participants as 5 and also they decided that only boys or girls can play this game. Doesn't it form an array? Here the number of participants is fixed and the type is boys or girls. The first participant will get the first position and they will be given a number. Then the second participant gets the second position and some number will be given. And then next the third one, similarly the fourth one, and for the fifth one also. But if a sixth participant also comes and asks to play, but they will not be allowed. Why? Because the number of participants is fixed. Then, why do we need arrays? To understand this, let us go through a simple concept. Let us imagine that we have some data and that data is related to students. So, if we wanted to store the marks of individual students, then we had to declare a variable for each of the student. Here you can see that we have student number 1, student number 2, 3, 4 and then student number 5 and also their individual scores. Here first score is assigned to student number 1 and second score is assigned to student number 2 and so on. But in real time it might be a little clumsy. We have here 5 students, so it's okay. But if we had 500 students or 5000 students, then that might be an issue. There we have to create 5 or 500 or 5000 variables, and it would be tough to handle that, right? Even if we wanted to apply some operations collectively on all the variables, that might be a little tedious. So, if we had one variable which can store all the 5 students or 500 students or 5000 students all together and make it really easy for us to apply some operations collectively on all the students. So, similarly, we do have a data structure which can collectively store all the data elements as a single variable, and it will also help us to apply operations which are logical or mathematical on the variables and their values together as a whole. So, this is the purpose why we had created arrays. In our next video, we will discuss arrays in more detail. So, if you got to learn anything from this video, please like, share, subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon for more new updates. Thank you.